Did you just take that portal blindly?
They're pushing, they're pushing.
Wouldn't recommend that. You still have an ultimate that you could drop here if you are getting pushed. Like, this is a position where it's almost impossible for them to shoot out the ultimate if you drop it somewhere back here, right? And then it allows your team to heal up poke damage and not get spammed down. So this is the kind of place where you want to drop your ulti.
Yeah.
You still have more than a minute to get to new zone, so you can rotate early if you want, which you guys seem to be doing now. Don't have to. If you're going to rotate early, there is actually a building on the corner here in Capital that is still in zone, so that would probably be a nice place to hold. And otherwise the high ground behind it, obviously, is a good place to hold if you're going to be sniping down. Standing out in the open again. Really want to get out of this habit, my man. Sooner or later, you're about to get punished for this. That's not a good idea.
I wonder if we could take center of...
Yeah, like, it's really easy to say that this looks easy compared to PC, but look at how, like, solid their rotations are. Even though I would have gone to different spots than them. Like, they are rotating very cleanly, and that's the reason why they're in Pred, right? Like, team play trumps any personal mechanical play or anything like that. And they're playing as a team very well. And that's how you get to Predator. Right, it's about staying alive. I'm not doing that.
Yo, you're far.
Standing out in the open again, in an even worse spot than before. Nice shot. Do you play Apex too? Yeah, we were just playing some games earlier. Again in the open? Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously during this game he can't hear me saying it, right? So we're going to see that happen a lot more. But that's the first habit you want to get out of Zolecki. This positioning is just super punishable. Alright, so this is the high ground I was talking about. That obviously you can hold to try and gatekeep here, which is nice. Also hear people shooting on the other side, but in this area where we were fighting earlier as well, it's still really easy to avoid poke damage. A place like this, even though it's really open, if you are intending to hold here, is also pretty reasonable to place your Wattson ultimate so you can't get nade spammed when people are rotating in. And of course to heal up any poke damage.
Crouch down, and then... Don't let anyone see you. Maybe we can bait him into our zip, then we fry him. Stay crouched.
Alright, so that's a good call because obviously focus fire is incredibly overpowered and very important in ranked. Focusing the same targets, calling out who you're shooting and shooting at the same time whenever possible if they don't see you yet. So this idea of not letting them see you in case they take your zip and then lasering them together is actually a pretty good call.
Yeah, that's them.
People spamming on the left side high ground. You also know that people are still rotating in. Nice shots, but oh, look at that. He got the kill. Awesome. I was about to say, if you want a third party, this you probably want to get up. You probably want to get up closer, but then he hit another shot. So look at that.
Everything sucks.
Really overexposed to the right side where your new teams were, right? Alright, also look at the next zone. This rotation might be kind of tough because you know there's already people holding that right side high ground who are in zone. So now you're going to want to think about how you're going to rotate here. And this is a really open area, so you can probably rotate with a zipline here instead of a portal and keep that portal for in case a fight doesn't go your way. Both are fine, but I would recommend using that zipline here if you don't have to use your portal. It's very nice to save it. Good shots. Right, trying to thirst them together is very good, securing those points, which is nice. They portal him out, which is fine, that happens. Alright, now they're already top 5, this is awesome. So the fact that they played safe definitely paid off, because now kills are actually worth a lot. 1 minute left for the zone to move. You really want to think about where you're going to rotate next and how. If you rotate via the left side, you might end up in a really tough spot, because you haven't scouted the left side at all, right? On the right side, yes, there's a team holding the high ground, but at least you know who's where and what you can get away with. And on this left side, you have no clue. So if you were intending to rotate on the left side, like if you see that team holding on the right side, on the high ground, right here, and you don't want to rotate there, then you should scout the left side and figure out how you're going to rotate instead. Doing this blindly is just really unnecessary.
I'm trying to take this high.
Right, again, with zone coming in 40 seconds, you guys are going for a height that isn't in zone yet. I'm guessing you're going to try to rotate all the way around to take height, which is a very powerful position. But again, blind rotations are bad. Alright, from a position here where you're safe, like where you are right now, where you have cover on your right side, if you were a couple steps back, is where you would want to put that zipline to get that free rotation off and be a little bit faster. Make sure that you guys are all three together, which is really easy. Okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about. If you're rotating blind, you don't know if people are gatekeeping it. These guys already have high ground and a really powerful position right here that they potentially don't have to move from. I don't know. I don't think they're quite in zone, but they're pretty close to it. So you're not really going to be able to pressure them out with the zone. So now this kind of sucks, right? You have a risk of getting stuck here, because there's potentially a team in the middle still as well. That you saw early, like right there.
Shit. We can't get up.
Right, you are keeping an eye on it, which is nice. You still have a portal and a zipline, so you guys just running around here is not super necessary. Going back in a few minutes, see you in a bit, White Box.
Alright, I'm gonna zip us. You ready? You ready? Are you ready?
Right, so you guys are gonna full send it on... Hold on. Before we see how this fight plays out, go back a little bit. You guys are in this position, okay? You know that there's a team up here, and you know that there's a team sniping from the left side, and you know this isn't in zone, and you know that the zone is already closing, so you have 30 seconds before the zone is here. And yet you still decide to full send on this team rather than the team that's on the outside, from which you can rotate the zone earlier. That's a very strange decision to me. I don't know why you guys would decide to focus on this team.
You ready? Are you ready?
It is nice that you guys are pushing together. Hopefully you can laser them, but presumably there's caustic traps up here, because you saw caustic gas earlier, and there it is.
Push with me, push with me. We're good, we're good. There's a port, there's a port. Watch port, pinch port, pinch port, pinch port. Clear-minded it.
Alright.
Pinch port.
Right here, you are indeed very susceptible to grenade spam, so it is nice to have a Watson ultimate up here, but again, it's not in zone. So this Watson ultimate is only going to get value for 7 seconds, and then you guys have to rotate out. You also don't have a zipline, so now you're going to have to use your portal to rotate out if you're getting spammed at. So that's just a wasted resource on that zipline and the Watson ultimate, which would be really nice to have in the next zone, which you could have rotated to already. So this entire rotation is very, very strange to me. Right, you guys are letting zone hit you, which you really shouldn't, because this was a bad rotation. You still luckily make it out alive. Yeah, and again, blind rotations are risky, and that's exactly why. You know, you didn't know that there was people there because you guys rotated left side blind, then pushed mid, which wasn't in zone. Now here would have been a decent place to drop your Watson ultimate to hold for a second, but you used it up top, so there was only value in it for 7 seconds. You're overexposed while you're shooting at a guy. You don't want to focus this guy that's right below you, even though he seems punishable, because you can be shot by anybody from here, right? So that's just really, really risky. Besides, your teammates are knocked already, so we probably want to play a little bit safer right here and play for the third party. Instead of trying to take this fight here. Yeah, you do get a knock, which is really nice. You can play from this left side. Yeah, this is already way better, right? There you're way less exposed. That's nice. That guy should have pushed you. Okay, he is pushing you. Nice. Oh my god, he jumped into your zipline and got melted for it. That was so lucky, my dude. You should have really died here.
Yeah, they're fighting. If you can rush the res, we can make a big play.
He got grabbed on? Yes.
Almost dead.
No armor swap? That's alright. He was in a safe spot.
I only have slow.
Actually, let's go back and talk about why he shouldn't have armor swap. Or why he should. Okay, so right here, this lifeline pushes up top here. And you are in a safe position to take her armor. So this box you can take from a pretty safe spot. So here you can armor swap. The other boxes are out in the open, so you don't want to armor swap on them, because you know there's people holding up top that could easily spam you down. Right? So indeed, you don't have to pop a battery here, because you could take the armor from this lifeline. The other ones, though, that box that you end up checking in the middle, is pretty much a no-go zone. Well, you know that there's still people sniping from above.
We can make a big play. Almost dead.
Ba -ba.
Very good shit.
Alright.
I only have slow heals.
Okay, there's 2 teams left. You can see where the next zone is. It's fairly far away. You don't want to get stuck here. The zone is going to hurt a lot. You saw that the risk that you had last time. Yo, Tiger, thanks for the follow. I'm guessing it's Solecki. I'm here. This is Solecki. Hell yes, I knew it because of your name on the Twitch font. Very good. Welcome, dude. Yeah, so you have 35 seconds left after this res, or 30 seconds left after this res, and you see where the next zone is, and with 2 teams left, you really, really want to get that dominant position early, especially since you have a sniper that you didn't swap out, so getting to that zone early is really important. I was really stressed because I didn't know where the squads were, so I didn't swap out, but I could have. Yeah, after we finish this VOD, you should go back and watch the start of it. We talked a lot about blind rotations and why that ended you guys in very, very risky positions here, and why you shouldn't have done that, and also what I would have done instead. Which is, if you don't want to rotate on the right side, because there was a team on high ground, then you should have scouted the left side before you rotated. You guys didn't. And then you pushed middle, which wasn't even in zone. So that ended you guys in a really risky spot here. And why you ended up under this much pressure. You are healing out in the open, my man. This is a big no-no.
No. Yeah.
You know that there's teams up top, because you just heard them shoot, right? So that heal was just suicide, my man.
Rotate right and
With the shots you were hitting earlier, like... With the shots you were hitting earlier, you should imagine that there's other players in this lobby that can hit those shots as well, right? So just imagine that you were the enemy up there and you saw yourself healing down there. You would not have missed that shot, would you? You would have destroyed yourself. So you definitely shouldn't be healing right there. Alright, so you know that there's a team up here that already has zone. You do not want to rotate here from the right side for the very simple reason that you heard these guys shooting. Right side is where they were shooting towards, right? So if you go from the right side here, it's very likely that you end up getting pinched. The left side you already pretty much cleared, so you want to rotate from the left and get behind them. You do not want to end up in between two teams. The same thing as in rotating on the left side, get behind the other team, right? So go all the way around right there. This is also, like... how do you call it? Not the slow end of zone, but this is a really large area, right? So here you've got a little bit of time to get around right now. If you don't do it early on, then you're not going to have time. Ooh, it's going to be rough. Okay, you'll make it. Go really wide, wait for... Oh, you can't even wait for them to shoot each other. Yeah, and rotate it too late and take zone damage.
Dude, I'm big.
Oof.
There's no cover. I can't hit
Keep running, keep running! You said or Jaren said that you're dead because you guys don't have cover, and that is true, so you definitely don't want to stand still right here. Just keep running for the cover, dude. Juke him. Juke him. Run. Snake. Get that cover first and then fight. Alright, this is already better. Oof.
survives with water.
So now it's you against the final team.
They're just gonna rush you, bud.
And you're getting full send on, which makes total sense. Those blind rotations, plus the fact that you keep holding somewhere that is already outside of zone, and then dropping your ultimate with only 10 seconds left on that zone, so that you know that you can't get any value out of that, really fucked you guys over there. So, yeah, I recommend you quickly go back. I don't know if you knew this, but when somebody is live on Twitch, this is a really cool feature. You can actually... Let me mute this tab real quick. You can actually go to my channel right now, and go back into the video, and then watch the start of the VOD. Because those rotations were just suicide.